Ready to get it in. What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's the OG Boricua Tantara, a.k.a. the Coquito Papi, a.k.a. I'm back from vacay. I'm feeling good, looking good, got the tan, all that. Gentlemen, I know you did not miss me. You guys were killing it, doing your thing. So I have Evil Orbit, Evil Once, Bill Vink. I'm new to the Skype thing, so I'm a little lost on where everybody's going to be at. But gentlemen,
you mean the Zoom? You mean the Zoom thing? The Zoom thing.
Zoom. I'm lost in the source.
You know, eventually we have to do one of these live for everyone. That'd be pretty cool.
Zoom.
Because you know we can have it live at one point, right? So people on YouTube can see it live as we talk about it.
Oh, nice.
Listen. We'll definitely have to do that. Everybody seems like they're in good spirits. Before you go in, I got to do something. I didn't tell my guys what it is. Friend of mine passed away a year ago, and I was like, if I ever do one of these on the anniversary, I'm going to shout him out because that's my man. So Jesse from Woodside Projects, Turtle Park, rest in peace, my brother. God bless the family and everything else. On top of that, like I said, I'm back. I missed these guys. It was a lot of fun. But it's good to be back podcasting. Azteca Underground is the talk of everything. Everybody's, what's going to happen? What does this look like? We're starting to see guys get drafted to Azteca Underground. So it's no longer just a draft. You're seeing certain guys go to MLW. You're seeing certain guys go to Azteca Underground, which right now we have been in talks with Arez, I think is how they say his name.
Yes.
And when we get that more information, like I said, we are talking back and forth with them. We are trying to get another draft pick to be on here. We got Alex Kane not too long ago. So we are killing it. We are taking everyone who gets drafted. We want a Spanish guy. It'll be all in Spanish. So if you got to hit your SAP button and get it popping, oh, well, do what you got to do. If you need subtitles, get subtitles. But
and I do my best, you know, in the Spanglish, English, Spanish, and in between, I might be coming up and making some new words here and there, but so don't forgive me now. So
you know what, that a lot of people, they don't know what that Spanglish is all about. So listen, I want to start with El Jefe and Conan. So far, what we know is El Jefe and Conan are running the show for Lucha. I'm about to say Lucha Underground, Azteca Underground, and I'm excited because we know what Conan does. You know, he's had I think it was called the Crash was his promotion.
Yep. Crash Lucha.
He was a part of a big part of Lucha Underground, and we all know the success from there. He's been a part of Impact Wrestling. We know the success he has had there. You know, we can go back to his K-Dogs day with the N.W.A. We know his career, and I think that when you got somebody like that in your wheelhouse, if you're not using their abilities, then you're missing out. So, gentlemen, for the first topic of El Jefe and Conan, what are your thoughts on those two guys running the creative team of Azteca Underground?
You know, it's great. You have Conan, you know, what, 30 years pro, maybe more, that knows the business from the front and from the back. You know, he knows it from the business side because he's been a wrestler. He's wrestled in the smallest crowd to the biggest crowds in anywhere in the country. So it's for him to be there is amazing. Then you got the face of Lucha Underground, who went by a former name. We can't mention that anymore. Now it's Cesar Duran. You know, you got him now going forward with Azteca Underground, teaming with Conan, man. Hey, you know, you got a Jefe. He's going to be putting the law down. He's going to put his hand down. He's going to go up there and say, okay, this is what's going to happen. And me and the Vic here, you know, he had mentioned before last week that you can probably see that in the future, you know, Azteca Underground versus MLW battle here and there, or even take one of those different shows that they're trying to do and make it like an Azteca Underground hour for just the wrestlers and stuff like that. So, you know, it'll be kind of awesome to see if they do at one point divide in the future, maybe a year or two, and then, you have the Azteca Underground with the titles and MLW with the titles, and then you do the super shows. Especially now, how wrestling is blowing up, and now we're about to see fans going back to the shows. I mean, I'll be there in the Philly show, and I already hit Dark. I already hit Cesar Duran. I already told him, bro, I need a photo op. So please find me. I'll find you. Whatever we do, we gotta get a photo and maybe ask you 2 or 3 questions for the pod. So I'm still hoping he says yes to that. So, but my brother's excited, bro. We're counting down the days for that trip.
Yeah, I was really intrigued by it when it was announced that those two would be spearheading Azteca Underground. As Evil Own said, mentioned, you've got a guy who's got 30 plus years in the business. You've got a guy who was part of one of the most successful wrestling programs during that time as well. So I think the potential here is just unlimited. I think that the stars the limit for this promotion, and I feel that truthfully, if they're able to draft at least 15, 20 guys, or at least or maybe have some surprise signings as we go up, that MLW can announce on Twitter forum, or even Azteca can announce on their own Twitter page. I think you could have that 1-hour show on YouTube to just build it up even more and give it more spotlight and attention, but you keep your MLW Fusion series on Vice TV. So I think that going forward, they're just moving in the right direction.
So now that you guys have talked about the second show, I know something came out today that Court Bauer is trying to get. What was it? Evil Own said, better than me. What was it? He was pulling something off YouTube because they're trying to get.
Yeah, somebody asked him last night, because I noticed the same thing too, that they were saying about the fusion shows no longer being on YouTube. And he tweeted that, and then I made a screenshot and sent it to you guys last night, saying that he's working on that. He's going to have an announcement going forward, which probably means that Fusion might be leaving YouTube the same way how Bill Corgan did with the N.W.A stuff and moved it from YouTube to Fight Network. Maybe the Fusion will go to one of either the Zone of Vice TV as a permanent home where you can see Fusion episodes mainly on a specific night, at a specific time. And that would be awesome if that happens, because like Bill Thing said, you have 2 different shows, and then you have Fusion and maybe new, matches set up there on that show. So, Mr. Vic, what you think?
So,
what
I was going to ask you, do you think El Rey was on what? Was it on Telemundo?
No, El Rey was the El Rey Network. That was his own network.
Yeah, that was his own network that he had, El Rey Network. And who knows? I mean, who knows, that might be a possibility too, man. I mean, even though they lost Lucha Underground and El Rey, having somebody else who owns a different wrestling and maybe now bringing the Lucha Underground back to Azteca, he might have some kind of that's the word for that, I can't remember now, but interest going forward of maybe having the Fusion show or even the Azteca Hour on El Rey Network. I mean, that would be awesome if that happens.
I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead, Vic.
I'm pretty sure that I thought that the deal was that not only is Fusion going to be on Vice TV, it'll still be on beIN Sports, and it'll still be on the Zone. So I thought it was going to be part of all 3 of those channels. So I thought then moving it off of YouTube was bound to happen eventually.
Well, also, I'm sorry. I just noticed on the Zone, their stuff is not there anymore. So something is going on now. Either the contract didn't get expired, or it didn't get extended or something. So something definitely is going to happen in the next couple of days. Hopefully, he mentions something. So something big is going to happen.
He did say that he's got a few deals he's been working on, and we're talking about Court Bauer. And if anybody knows Court Bauer, when we were interviewing Josef Samael, he said Court never stops working. You know what I mean? Like, so he might have another thing in play. I wouldn't mind if you seen it on Univision. That's for the Spanglish, that Univision, whatever. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Telemundo. There's enough big Spanish networks where there's really no wrestling like that on them. And if you could present that right, I mean, those are mega. I mean, that's like, I guess that would be like the TNT or NBC for like, AEW, but for our Spanish culture.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. Telemundo. How many times have they hosted the FIFA World Cup? Every time it's on, it's always been on that channel for the longest.
Always. And I think that which is the one that has Sábado y Gente? I'm not trying to go off topic for the non-wrestling fans. You know what I mean?
Univision. Like, I think it's Univision.
I mean, the history is crazy. The amount of people who watch it is nuts. And I mean, Evil Once, you grew up on Spanish wrestling in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like it's part of the culture.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is too, and once again, not to mention other different companies, but SWE Fury now has a contract with a Latino app that's called Fiesta TV, and this is an app that is just Latino everything. So it has like a multitude of channels from all different countries: Mexico, España, Israel, all the different countries, Colombia, all that kind of stuff, and it has them all in the app. So it's all movies, shows, music, and they have SWE is part of one of those shows there that they have their own channel on the app. Imagine you got MLW doing something like that, joining that app that is all for Latino, Hispanic, Spanish speakers, that are don't speak the language and want to get different shows from different countries. And now you got wrestling going from here to Colombia, Peru, Brazil, places like that because of this one app. And it's like $9.95 a month.
Listen, it's worth it because you're getting everything.
Yeah.
So I would love to see, and I agree. I think that Fusion is definitely going on Vice. I think that's definitely the play going forward. I don't know. Obviously, none of us know what Court is doing. Court is always working. So if there's one person that in this industry that I have faith in, I think will be Court Bauer. I think what Court Bauer has done, like Evil Once has said, where people have struggled to get deals, Court Bauer keeps making deals, and he keeps projecting his show forward. Yeah. So I think we'll have two different shows, which I think will be absolutely fire. And listen, to kind of go into a third topic, I know that El Jefe has teased saying the temple is coming. Like he's teased it right before he to Salina de la Renta, he was talking about the temple. So I'm curious what you guys think, because if you go to AztecaUnderground.com, cheap plug for them, if you go to it, they got pictures of a shady little site that kind of looks like something Lucha Underground-ish for a temple. So, I mean, Evil Once, you're going to be in the house that it's already been reported that El Jefe will be in Philly, Philadelphia, July 10th. Yep. You're going to be in one of the most famous wrestling arenas with so much history and part of the culture of wrestling that I know he obviously won't be able to say much if you get to speak to him, because you know what I mean? Because you got to protect it. But as for the temple, I feel it's coming. And if I hear that ring the bell, I'm going to lose my shit. So, gentlemen, let's talk about the temple. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, from a business standpoint, I want to know how much can Court Bauer and Cesar Duran take from Lucha Underground and use in Azteca Underground right now. Like, I want to know, like, how much can they take? Like, I know they're taking the intellectual idea because they didn't take the name of it. So, but I want to know can they take the championships of the gods? I would love to see that. Bink, what you gonna tell me there? You probably know more about this.
The funny thing is, a lot of people don't realize that El Rey Network does actually, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, owns the intellectual IP that goes into that. So I believe it was their show. It was like their show. As far as I'm concerned.
Well, so, it was, and also it belonged to AAA. Also,
go ahead, my brother.
What was it?
It also belonged to AAA, and then after they were going kind of broke, then Warner Brothers stepped in, or somebody big stepped in, and they funded for the last fourth season, that they were going like almost like 300K per episode. And after the fourth season ended, they were trying to renegotiate to bring it down from 300K to like maybe under the 100Ks, and they go like, no, we can't do that. I mean, we got to keep it. If you want the same suspense, it's got to be staying up. And that's when the problem started happening, and everything split from there. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was Warner Brother or somebody else who owns something, kind of had an issue, because they were the ones who were paying for that, and they were losing money. So my question is this, like my question is going forward is, how much ideas, or can they bring the championships over? Can they bring
the championships? I doubt that, because that's something that someone's gonna put a claim on. But as for the original idea itself and adjusting, as long as it's adjusted to a small, minute detail,
yeah,
you can work around. That's the beauty of having trademarks, copyrights, patents, all good stuff.
The Temple of the Gods don't have any logos from Lucha Underground on it.
It doesn't, but as long as it doesn't look the exact same.
Yeah, because it had a mask, I remember. Yeah.
So as long as something is altered in a significant way, they're fine. And as long as they name it something else.
That's a sexy belt right there.
Yeah, so it depends. So my thing is, this going forward with Azteca Underground is, how much can they take from the original? If they are even going to tap into the original, or go fresh and start a new Azteca Underground fresh, and leaving the other one behind, and just go with a new logo, new belts, new ideas, then then it'll be a something.
I think they should.
I love that the championship of the gods with the different medallions, and you put them in to claim to go and claim that championship title opportunity, and then the whole thing starts over again. For the battles, for like the Dragon Ball Z's, trying to find the seven globes to get the dragon.
It's kind of like Thanos. Like Thanos is going.
Yeah, and the ring, yes. But I'm excited. I mean, there's so many ideas, and we have so many questions. Nobody knows what the hell's going to happen. So this is why we're here, just throwing ideas out. But I would love, because right now when they mentioned they're going to do a Battle Royal 3, that's 40-man Battle Royal. How are you supposed to do a 40-man Battle Royal and all those other matches in one day? So we're going to be there for 5-6 hours that day. And the thing starts at 7 supposedly. So,
well, I would like, and not to jump, what I would like to see is one of the Lucha Underground guys, like not having, of course, Hammerstone is probably going to be the obvious winner of that. But let's just say hypothetically, right? In a hypothetical sense, what if one of the Lucha Underground guys win that, and they can take that and use it as an opportunity to be like, well, I want a shot at that title. Yeah. Where's their title? So then you hype up, you then put a lot more pieces into play. Well, what is Lucha Underground's, Azteca Underground's new title? Since this guy wants it, what do you do at that point?
You know what? If Azteca Underground and El Jefe pull out a title, I don't care what strap it is. I don't care if it's cruiserweight. I don't care what it is. Evil Once better jump over that railing with a video camera and try to get some kind of play with that title, because I want to see the exclusive. I want it because I think it's a great idea. Because, maybe I don't want Hammerstone's title. Maybe I'm about to.
Yeah, and today they mentioned 4 more names to be in the Battle Riot. And they got Kim Huertas, Richard Holiday, Lee Moriarty, and Senshi has been added as of today. So that's 5, including Hammerstone. And I'm pretty sure tonight at 7, we'll get whoever is coming in new, and maybe they'll add more guys to the competition. I'll be kind of surprised. It'd be kind of cool if they may add some females in there too. That'd be kind of cool.
I know
if they do that.
I know that Lee Moriarty's name came into that as well.
Into what?
He's one of the into that 40-man battle riot.
Yeah. They just added him today.
Oh yeah. So I know that Bill Vink is a huge Senshi fan. And I'm gonna tell you now, he's got zero chance of winning the battle riot. Someone's gonna grab his little ass and listen. I don't care who you put. I don't care who you put him. Zenshi is super talented. Go with anybody. You know what I mean? Like, he's a guy that if you had a cruiserweight division or an X division, because we're all Impact guys, you know, it's how we bet and everything. Zenshi can go with anybody. That guy is super talented.
Well, MLW does have an X division or middleweight title, which is the title that Myron Reed has. Shout out to Myron Reed. That's the title he has because the weight is up to 205 pounds. So that's the weight limit.
Dude, Zenshi looks like he's a buck 55 with 2 bricks in his pocket. I'm just saying. So I want to talk about that 40-man battle riot because I'm super hyped for it. You got your tickets before they expanded. Before they said we got more tickets. That's when you got your tickets when they first put it out there, and you were one of the last people to be able to get the tickets.
Well, the funny thing was that the day that MLW announced it, I went right to the website. I guess people already knew it was coming, or people were in the mail list for ECW Arena because half of the place was already sold out. But that was at the time that Philly still had a capacity at that time. So I got the last 2 tickets and sold it out at that time. And then a couple of days later, or a week later, 2 weeks later, now they expanded it more. So now I guess it's gonna go into full capacity now in Philly. I went in and bought 3 more tickets because I'm taking my nephews with me now.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I went and bought 5 tickets now. It's gonna be a family affair.
Hey, you know, that's the best part of wrestling right there, you know. I'm really intrigued. I'm really hoping that an Azteca Underground guy does win that battle royal because it'll battle right. It'll add so much more mystique now to Azteca Underground, and you know, you could even have in a second, you know, hypothetical sense, you could still have them try to compete for the MLW title or the open weight or whatever, and they could still then transition that championship to a Azteca Underground belt, similar to what RVD did with Cena during that whole thing in 2006. Yeah, they could do one of those. So there's a lot of endless possibilities you have here. Anybody but Hammerstone, that's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, and I also heard on Twitter that I was seeing that they might have some VIP tickets, greeting me stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm waiting for that one because as soon as one of those comes out, I'm buying one of those. On top of the 5 tickets I already have.
Wait, did this kid just say as long as Hammerstone don't win, he's fine?
That's what he said.
Well, what's your beef with Hammerstone? Because, yeah, I'm a Contra guy. I'm all hail Contra all day. But I love Hammerstone. Hammerstone's one of my favorite wrestlers in the entire industry.
Oh, I love Hammerstone too. I love Hammerstone too. I just would rather have a Azteca Underground guy win. There's a lot more possibilities there.
Well, as of right now, the only one that big name-wise is King Huertas. So I expect the King Huertas and Hammerstone, like, I'm not saying the last 2, but you know they're going to lock up. And at one point, if one of them gets eliminated, if just say King Huertas gets eliminated, I can see him pulling Hammerstone out to be like, you know, our beef ain't over yet.
Yeah, King Huertas and the 15 members of Contra Unit they have are all going to be no, but I'm saying, but the Contra Unit guys is like 15 members. I'm pretty sure guys.
It's not no more because Contra Unit. Remember, they lost Davari. Davari went back to WWE to be a producer.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does because he was doing his thing. But
hold on. You say his name wrong though.
Oh, listen, it's the Iranian super soldier Davari. Put some respect on his name.
Put some respect on it, man.
He ain't super no more.
He's super somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you know what I expect? I expect Matt Kruger to take the reins
Well,
and take that jump.
Max Kruger, Simon Gotch, you still got Kwon. Hopefully, she'll be back by then for the Battle Royal. So you have 3-4 members who are going to be gunning for Hammerstone to not let him win the Battle Riot. So Hammerstone is going to be the man with the big target on his back.
Oh yeah, he's got a bullseye on his back. And
that is crazy.
But I think so does Myron Reed, though. I think they're not done with Myron Reed. I don't think they're done with Jordan Oliver. I think that
Injustice.
And I love Injustice. I think they're talented. But listen, and I got to say it here because I promised somebody that I will always say this is a Contra Unit podcast. And but no, like I'm super excited. I can't wait to hear whatever happens when Evil won't say, because
as long as I'm here, there will not be no hell contract propaganda. Not right now.
Listen. We've already got and I can't get Mads Kruger because you obviously know his gimmick is not.
He has a speech impairment, so he can't talk.
Yeah, so we can't get him. I'm working on Simon Gotch because if I get Simon Gotch, you do know that I got all the contributed. So until you start getting, your big homie over there.
Hey, I got Myron Reed, so that's one down. I gotta get 4 more. The Vanerics, Jordan, and Hammerstone. That's the super friends of MLW. That's the super friends of MLW right there.
And you know what?
And can't forget Holiday, because he's still part of Dynasty. So,
and you know what? I'm gonna tell you, that's the one thing I love about MLW is a lot of people want to say, "Oh, we got this champ here, we got this champ here," and they're like the older guys. MLW, a lot of their champs are the younger talent.
Well, everybody is.
Jacob, you know what I'm saying? Jacob Fatu, and he's a beast. And I don't want to say, Bill Vink, when we listened to that interview with Court Bauer, when I think Jericho asked him, how do you keep a guy like Jacob Fatu? He said, listen, we're just building guys, and if they stay, they stay. If we get them more money elsewhere and they keep growing, then we did our job. And I would hate for MLW the day that Jacob Fatu was not there. I love Jacob Fatu. I never want to see Hammerstone go nowhere because they're like the 2 top guys for MLW.
They made their names there.
Yeah, but both of them are under 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Myron Reed, under 30. You're looking at all these guys.
I think Myron Reed just turned 23, I think, like 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago, or 24 or something like that.
So,
25? Okay.
Oh, that was 25.
But you know what though? 25, right? Now, me and Evil Once have been watching wrestling since we've been little kids, right? Just say, like, when we watched WCW or WWF, all those guys were in their 30s when we were watching them.
Yep. Yeah.
These guys are in their 20s. Your boy, and I don't want to change shows because I would love to see him versus a Zenchi versus a Myron Reed. Jordan Clearwater, I don't even know if he's able to drink yet. and the kid is super talented. I didn't even like him until I kept, when you don't like somebody and you try to ignore them and they keep winning you over and you're like, damn, why do I gotta enjoy your matches so much? I don't like you, and then you just wind up being a fan because they're so talented. I think MLW does that better than anybody. I think MLW gets young talent, knows how to build them, and they just look super dope.
Yeah. And that's what they're doing. And like you said, they want to build them, and hopefully when they move on, they did their job. They move to something bigger. They're getting more money. That's at the end of the day, all the wrestlers say they love to wrestle. We hear that every day. Oh, we love to wrestle. We love to do this, but we need to get paid too. And the more you get paid, the closer you're gonna live. And the hard work paid off. And I'm pretty sure all of these guys are in their 20s. Once they get into the mid-30s, they want to be making those 5-6 figures in a bigger company with a nice contract that if something happens, like COVID again, they get paid through this whole mess. So yeah, you know, everybody wants to wrestle, everybody loves wrestling right now, but they also want to get paid. You know, money. At the end of the thing, it's all about money.
Your microphone is muted there, bud.
Yeah.
I agree with it to an extent, because I do think that, yeah, you definitely need to be paid. No question. Like, listen, guys like Santana, Ortiz, regardless of what we think how AEW is booking them, they're getting paid. Now we got to see Santana starting his own clothing line, Born Nasty, and Evil Once, who's been supporting him since Impact Wrestling, he got one of the shirts.
Yeah.
I would love to see guys like that who don't have to do the independence no more. How you don't have to drive, 4 or 5 hours to get on a show, fight some no-name jabroni just for a check. Like, I would love for these guys not to do that. I would love for all of them to eat. But at the same time, don't forget where you come from either.
Exactly.
Like, that's the thing. A lot of these guys, they get 1 second of TV time. They feel muy macho, like they did something. And you forget your fans. You forget who supported you. Because listen, none of you popped off the way you thought you were going to pop off. You got a fan base on the indies. People got to hear about you because people are reposting your matches. They're sharing everything because they believe in you. So for all you young cats, for all you old cats, keep grinding, but never forget the struggle. Never forget it. Because as soon as you forget that, the next hungry little lion that wants that spot is eating your plate. But everybody who supported you, remember them. Because Santana and Ortiz remember you especially, because you've been banging out with them for a while.
And the funny thing I read earlier, a report on the actual news, not on a crappy dirt sheet, but the Uncle Vince company there with the cameos, they're saying they're doing horrible with the cameos because they're so pricey and expensive that what they're charging for fans to get a fake 30-second video. You think I'm gonna pay that type of money to get a fake video from a guy who doesn't even know who the hell I am? I'd rather get a shout out from those guys that we're working with that know who the hell I am when they see, that Jorge's right here. Papo and Danny and Ortiz, Santana, Christi Jaynes and shit like that. Oh, they say what's up all the time. I know it's them. I'm not gonna pay $300 for somebody, to sit there. Oh yeah, well, I appreciate you for paying this money. Do you even know who the hell I am?
Nah, and that's the cool part of who we've talked to. Like, and that's why I like what we do, especially all the people we've been dealing with lately. We've had some podcasts with interviews, not even podcasts, interviews, where we all laughing, having a good time. I mean, Josef Samael had like a beef with you, you know what I mean? Like, and it was all love. Everybody's joking around, everybody's laughing. He showed love. Myron showed love. Christi Jaynes, we in the first less than 5 minutes, we talking about allegedly evading police. Like, this is what we do. We try to have fun with these people. They respect it. And when they retweet it saying, man, I had a lot of fun. I love that part of what we do, because a lot of this, we just having fun talking to these people. But for the young independent wrestlers, this is what you should be paying attention to. All the people that we keep bringing on that are your favorites, that are already above you, listen to their grind. Understand their work. Follow them and see all the hard work they put in. A guy like Josef Samael, he's an N.W.A heavyweight champion. This guy, I didn't even know he was in Puerto Rico. I had no idea about that. He was talking to you about, you can't chop up my name because, homie, I was in Puerto Rico too, just like you. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of these stories you hear, it's fun because we're fans of these guys and we're enjoying what we're hearing because we don't even know some of the stuff they're going to say. Exactly. And they just letting you rip.
We gotta cut Fink out of this interview because he ain't saying anything anyway. So we gotta cut him out. we gotta cut all his parts out. He probably spoke like 5 minutes and we're going almost in 15 minutes. So I gotta go
Reach
back and
is-
cut all his stuff out. Think
Now
say
you guys have
something.
kind of. Now you guys are on a roll here, and it's nice not to have to talk all the time. So I'm here just listening and enjoying it.
Listen, I told you, me and Evil don't say the
Forget
OGs of this. I'm back, baby. Vacation is over.
Yeah,
It's about time.
yeah. I'm gonna do some
Listen.
work, bro.
The last time
Listen.
last time I had to kick you out.
Whoa, listen. No longer am I searching for pirate treasure in Beaufort, North Carolina. All right. No longer am I hitting the historic Savannah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm home, and you better be ready because the king is back, baby. I'm back, little man.
Little.
That's what you took from all that.
Yeah. There's nothing I paid attention to.
You're gonna lead us out of here, but you got to come up with something for Azteca Underground. What you want to see to lead us out of here?
Already have.
No. You butted in and had little conversations while me and Evil Onte carried the show. So now, what do you have left? You have to have a little something left in the tank. What you got?
Honestly, no. You guys have done a really great job of explaining it. That's why I was kind of blown away by it. Truthfully, you guys really covered it all. Honestly.
I'm speechless right now.
Why? I don't have something for the first time. Is that what it is?
I'm shocked. Well, Chef, if you don't have anything to say, man, then close it up, brother. Give him that link. Give him the urban.
You know what? So I'm gonna take us out of here. The only way we could do it, y'all know what it is, www.urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. We got some of the dopest interviews with some of the highest talent in the game right now. We got champions that are still current champions, not former champions. Go check our interviews out. Go to the website. You already know. If you don't want to go to the website and watch here, just select whichever thing you want to talk about. It's all orchestrated into our interviews. We have the Come Up series. We have some of the dopest merchandise you could cop. If you cop it, please do me one favor. Tag me in it. Put it on the Instagram. We'll throw you on there for our stuff. Much love to everybody we do with. And Evil Once, do me a favor. Since you're recording, you take us up out of here.